Yes, our company's name is Chapman Insurance Group. We are a licensed insurance broker, property and casualty in the state of Florida. And we have 79 employees spread across 5 physical offices in Southwest Florida. So we have been in business for 15 years, and we will approach just about $10 million in revenue this year. Yes, I think we were very aware of the stress that our employees were undergoing as we grow and as we expand our coverage area and continually add more clients. I think we were looking for ways to alleviate the stress of the day-to-day, as well as find creative solutions to some of our back-end processes that can take up quite a bit of time, and that can be, that are obviously very necessary and have to be done well, but are maybe not client-facing and are not the most enjoyable of tasks. So I think we were looking for ways to alleviate some of that burden from our team and look for better processes and better ways to handle some of those redundant tasks. Yes, so I had conversations with 3 different companies, and Fusion impressed me for many reasons. The communication was excellent. The accountability structures that were built into your company were, I think, transparent and excellent. We really enjoyed the opportunity to interact with KB, with Bharat, with others at the leadership level, and I think that there was a clear vision that was communicated to us. And then also one of the questions that we asked was we wanted to make sure that Fusion believed in a working wage and a livable wage for its employees on the overseas side, and that was something that KB and that Fusion had a good answer for, and that we felt confident that we were partnering with a company that shared our vision and our values and would treat its employees as well as we would want to treat our employees. Yes, so we have VAs working in every different department, from our commercial team to our personal lines sales team, our personal lines service team, and then as well as working behind the scenes on our renewal team and some of our renewal tasks. So the deliverables look a little bit different for each of those departments, and those standards are set by one of our team members who specifically oversees are the day-to-day operations of our virtual assistant team. I think we've adjusted those metrics based on the excellent work ethic and processes that are in place on the Fusion side. And so when we started about a year ago, we weren't really sure what the deliverables were going to look like as far as measurables, but we were quickly able to establish a baseline for each of those departments, and then we've adjusted that baseline as we have added new team members and then increased the capacity of the team members that we have in store. So in just 1 year, we've gone from only 3 VAs to now 11, 2 working on the commercial side, then 2 working in compliance and control, and then the remaining 7 working in our personal line side on this new business as well as renewals. And again, the deliverables look a little bit different in each of those departments, but we are overwhelmingly pleased with what those numbers are, and then the capacity of each of the individual VAs, as well as the capacity of our in-office team being able to be increased because of the VA support. Yes. So I think the biggest measurable for us was largely the stress level of our in-office team, and that is a little bit of an intangible and difficult to measure. But the reason why we knew that we wanted to enter into a relationship with some virtual support was because we wanted to allow our team in office to focus on the things that we deemed most important, and that was our client relationships. So and the service that obviously that we provide to our clients. So the measurables for us, although somewhat intangible, I think have been very obvious, and that is client retention on our side, which has increased, and then as well as our employee retention and satisfaction. And all of those metrics have increased since our relationship with Fusion began, and we're confident that as we continue to add to our processes, that those numbers will continue to increase. Oh yes, absolutely. I think we were very pleasantly surprised at the very minimal amount of time it took for Fusion, for our virtual team to get up to speed and become very great contributing members to our day-to-day. I think when you onboard a new in-person employee, in-office employee, there is whether it's 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, but there's always a minimal amount of time that is required to get someone to a productive level. And I would say that amount of time was drastically less with Fusion than it would be with any of our in-office employees. We had our team up and running and productive within the first 2 weeks, and probably within the first week. And those results were seen in very real time, much quicker than we expected. Yes, so I would say that was the biggest draw of using FBSPL, was the response time from the leadership team, and then knowing that we would have someone dedicated that we could talk to at any time if there were any quality control issues or anything at all. Our issues over our 12 months with them have been extremely minimal, but anytime there's been something that needed to be addressed, I've never waited for more than a few minutes for a call or an email back. They are the leadership team and the folks that we deal with on our team are extremely responsive, always available, and ready to address whatever issues that we might have. And again, those issues have been very minimal, but the timeliness of the response has always been incredible. Yes. I think most impressive about our relationship with Fusion is what I just discussed, the availability of management and of the leadership team, as well as the transparency in the process. And so, telling us exactly what it would look like to onboard a new virtual assistant. It will take this many days, it will take this many hours, and this is who you will go to with any issues. I think the consistency of communication, the professionalism of communication, and the timeliness of communication has all been excellent. And then just on the quality control side, it's quite remarkable the minimal number of issues that we've had. So and that really goes back to the beginning. So obviously we have more than tripled the amount of team members that we are utilizing through Fusion now. And we would not ever have done that if we wouldn't have had a great experience with them. Yeah. So anytime you're entering into a new relationship or a new opportunity like this, it's always going to come with some apprehension about safety, about the data of your clients and all of those things. And we've had no concerns there whatsoever. I would say any reluctance we had about partnering with a virtual team was not unique to Fusion, but really would have been unique to whoever we ended up working with. And I'm so thankful that we did choose Fusion, because all of those apprehensions have been met with good communication and with transparency and professionalism, and all of our questions and issues have been addressed extremely well. So although I understand the hesitation, and we had the same hesitations at the beginning, you just have to kind of give it a try. And I will say one of the reasons we used Fusion in particular was the barrier to entry was extremely low. You gave us basically a trial run and said, hey, try us out for a month, and if you don't like it, then you're not locked into a long contract or anything like that. And so we were able to kind of try it risk free, and certainly we've received the results even more than we expected.